Enroll now at SoftAfric by emailing us at elearning@softafrique.net or calling 4089615150. Your future in cybersecurity starts here. Are you ready to become a cybersecurity professional in just 4 months? At SoftAfric, we provide the perfect blend of theory and hands-on experience to prepare you for the job market even before you graduate. Our state-of-the-art virtual labs ensure you gain practical skills. Dedicated virtual machines are assigned to each student, giving you a personalized learning experience. With a 98% success rate, SoftAfric stands out. We don't just stop at training. We help you craft the perfect resume, ace your interviews, and support you even after you land the job. Why you'll love signing up with us. 1. Each learner gets a complimentary 1-year antivirus subscription for their computer. 2. Dedicated virtual machines are assigned to each student. 3. Students can access recorded classes to review each session as needed. 4. Test banks are available to prepare students for the exam. Our lectures are scheduled from Thursday to Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with 2-hour sessions that fit into your schedule. Join the ranks of successful cybersecurity professionals today. Enroll now at SoftAfric by emailing us at elearning@softafrique.net or calling 4089615150. Your future in cybersecurity starts here.
Everyone, welcome to another episode of Threat Intelligence Seminar, where we actually seek to educate ourselves and create awareness of cybersecurity stuff, right? So I'll share my screen, we watch a video, continue, we make a discussion about the video. But today, after the video, we have a discussion. You actually look at a trending thing on social media, and you look at it from the cybersecurity perspective, right? So, and I'll actually like you guys to also share your experiences about these things and what you think maybe happened if you've also been a victim, or probably you also suffered one of them. So let's actually watch our security awareness video first. Once we are done, I'll play it twice, as you know. Once we are done, we answer the questions, and then we move to our discussion for today. Let's do that.
Ninja, Episode 610. Verify before you trust. Security topic, stored document integrity. Starring Alex Thomas as Sam. Wire fraud in the real estate sector has seen an 1,100% increase in recent years. Most are attributable to business email compromise, where fraudsters assume the identity of the real estate agent, escrow officer, or closing solicitor. As hackers continue to invent new ways of scamming people, including using malware to manipulate sensitive documents, the number of victims could rise even further. Escrow Solicitor's Office. A woman hurries down a hallway.
Sam, it's happened again. Over $500,000 this time.
Are you kidding me? That makes 6 now, in a single day. What's strange is I haven't received any client complaints about suspicious emails lately.
Which likely rules out the usual culprit, business email compromise.
So how is this happening?
Check the wiring instructions we recently sent to clients. That's the only way hackers could have hit us so many times all at once.
Sam and Rebecca scrutinize a digital document.
What in the world?
The account and routing numbers have been changed.
You guys, I just got off the phone with the Cybercrimes Task Force. Turns out we're not the only ones that have been hit. Over 1,000 escrow and closing solicitor offices have experienced the same thing, here in the US and in Europe. And they think it all traces back to the same malware from a single hacking group.
Did you find out what the malware does? Or how it works?
The agent said it scans for files and documents containing the word wire to find wire instructions saved on people's computers. Then, once it finds them, the software automatically edits the account and routing numbers to the bad guy's fraudulent account. The file then gets saved in its original file folder like nothing ever happened.
So when we send the wire instructions to our clients, we're doing the dirty work for the hacker, giving his account and routing numbers to his victims.
And then the hacker just sits back and watches the money roll in.
This is very scary. I mean, it's not like this was a document that just got emailed to us from the outside, which would have raised red flags. This was a trusted document that's been stored on our network and sent to clients for years now.
The CTF agent said this new hacking method exploits the fact that we have clients call to verify wiring information as a now standard practice, good cyber habit. The wiring instructions get verified between client and escrow agent without thinking the document could have possibly been modified.
It's like we go on autopilot because our clients are calling to verify.
Exactly. The CTF agent stressed the importance of double-checking sensitive documents, especially ones that contain banking or wiring information, against a second reliable source before sending them out.
This should go for real estate transactions, car loans, invoices, anything like that. Even if the documents have been saved on our computer or network for a while.
Verify before you trust is what the CTF agent said. Take a moment to check the information against a hard copy or against information contained on the bank's website.
It's Trisha from Big City Real Estate.
Probably wondering where her clients' funds are.
Trisha, I know. I'm afraid I have some bad news.
Teachable takeaways. Always verify information contained in a sensitive document prior to sending it, even if the document's been stored on your device or network for some time. The now standard practice good cyber habit of verifying wire instructions over the phone can be exploited if the integrity of the stored document has been manipulated. The best way to verify sensitive information on a stored document is to cross-check it against a second reliable source, such as a hard copy or the bank's own website. Ninja, Episode 610. Verify before you trust. Security topic, stored document integrity. Starring Alex Thomas as Sam. Wire fraud in the real estate sector has seen an 1,100% increase in recent years. Most are attributable to business email compromise, where fraudsters assume the identity of the real estate agent, escrow officer, or closing solicitor. As hackers continue to invent new ways of scamming people, including using malware to manipulate sensitive documents, the number of victims could rise even further. Escrow solicitor's office. A woman hurries down a hallway.
Sam, it's happened again. Over $500,000 this time.
Are you kidding me? That makes 6 now, in a single day. What's strange is I haven't received any client complaints about suspicious emails lately.
Which likely rules out the usual culprit, business email compromise.
So how is this happening?
Check the wiring instructions we recently sent to clients. That's the only way hackers could have hit us so many times all at once.
Sam and Rebecca scrutinize a digital document.
What in the world?
The account and routing numbers have been changed.
You guys, I just got off the phone with the Cybercrimes Task Force. Turns out we're not the only ones that have been hit. Over 1,000 escrow and closing solicitor offices have experienced the same thing, here in the US and in Europe. And they think it all traces back to the same malware from a single hacking group.
Did you find out what the malware does? Or how it works?
The agent said it scans for files and documents containing the word wire to find wire instructions saved on people's computers. Then, once it finds them, the software automatically edits the account and routing numbers to the bad guy's fraudulent account. The file then gets saved in its original file folder like nothing ever happened.
So when we send the wire instructions to our clients, we're doing the dirty work for the hacker, giving his account and routing numbers to his victims.
And then the hacker just sits back and watches the money roll in.
This is very scary. I mean, it's not like this was a document that just got emailed to us from the outside, which would have raised red flags. This was a trusted document that's been stored on our network and sent to clients for years now.
The CTF agent said this new hacking method exploits the fact that we have clients call to verify wiring information as a now standard practice, good cyber habit. The wiring instructions get verified between client and escrow agent without thinking the document could have possibly been modified.
It's like we go on autopilot because our clients are calling to verify.
Exactly. The CTF agent stressed the importance of double checking sensitive documents, especially ones that contain banking or wiring information, against a second reliable source before sending them out.
This should go for real estate transactions, car loans, invoices, anything like that. Even if the documents have been saved on our computer or network for a while.
Verify before you trust, is what the CTF agent said. Take a moment to check the information against a hard copy or against information contained on the bank's website.
It's Trisha from Big City Real Estate.
Probably wondering where her clients' funds are.
Trisha, I, yeah. I know. I'm afraid I have some bad news.
Teachable takeaways. Always verify information contained in a sensitive document prior to sending it, even if the document's been stored on your device or network for some time. The now standard practice, good cyber habit of verifying wire instructions over the phone can be exploited if the integrity of the stored document has been manipulated. The best way to verify sensitive information on a stored document is to cross-check it against a second reliable source, such as a hard copy or the bank's own website.
All right, so welcome back from the video. And what we just watched is about wired transfer, how hackers are able to change files saved on system. This is actually what we watched. Now let's actually take the quiz and let's answer the questions. Okay. Okay, so we have 3 questions. Let's do that. Okay, the first question, and I'm reading. Let me actually zoom in. Okay. The best way to verify sensitive information on a stored document is to A, ask a coworker if they think the information on the document seems correct before distributing it. Second, do nothing before sending it to a client. The last option says cross-check it with a second reliable source, such as a hard copy or the bank's own website. Which one is the correct answer? Question number 1. Question number 1, anyone?
Please come again.
I'm thinking question number 1. What is the answer to question number 1? what is the best way to verify sensitive information stored on document on a system? What's the best way to verify that? So the question, that's what question number one is asking for. Anyone with the answer based on the three options? What is the answer for question number one? Okay, so if there are no response, then I'll choose C for question number one. All right, now let's move to question number two, which is the true or false statement. True or false, the good cyber habit of verifying wire instructions over the phone can also be exploited. Hackers continue to invent new ways to manipulate stored documents. True or false? Are you guys here with
I
me?
think it's true.
It's true. Okay. All right. So let's look at the last question, which is another true or false statement. There is no need to verify the integrity of a document that has been stored on your company device or network, since the information it contains can be trusted. True or false?
False.
False. Okay. All right. All right. So that actually is that for the first round. Now, today we are going to look at an interesting activity, right? There is something trending online. I want it to be a discussion. So there is video online and it has to do with mobile money fraud, right? So I'll just play the video. It's a short video where this woman is complaining. I'll just play a short video and then we analyze the video. Probably we talk about what are the ways these things could have happened. Maybe anybody could also tell us their experiences with this type of mobile money fraud. Right? Let's do that. I think I still have the video on social media here, and yeah.
Dear MTN Ghana, MTN Ghana, with the CA, somebody has withdrawn 11,000, close to 12,000 from my mobile money account. What did I do? Nothing. Nobody has called me for any transaction ID. Nobody has called me for my mobile money PIN. So how come I called your office after seeing the transaction and they are telling me I should hold on for 15 working days? 15 working days saying, are we safe? MTN Ghana. I called and the lady was even rude. 11,000. Is it so soft to come by? Is it soft to come by MTN Ghana? Why? Every day fraud. I called your office and all they could tell me is I should wait for 15 working days. And they were saying we have to me say, and the people have cleared all my accounts. 11,000 citizens are there. MTN Ghana, please do something about this. I beg you. Some people's money, my money, I never send me. If you are never send 12,000 Ghana cedis. MTN Ghana, I have screenshots here with transaction ID. So if I haven't approved anything, I haven't approved my mobile money, how come somebody can enter my mobile money and withdraw all my money from my account? MTN Ghana. If you are never send this very hot Sunday afternoon. This hot Sunday afternoon, they withdrawn 11,100 and later withdrawn 220 cedis. That day we are way Bonnie Ben and Ipaye. MTN Ghana. Should you fair to me?
Yep. So this is the video where more than 11,000 Ghana cedis have been taken out of somebody's mobile money account. Now, here we are. I believe most of us here. Okay, let me accept this first. All right. Yeah. Most of us here are in Ghana or probably might have had experience about this particular thing. What do you guys think happened? What could be the issue? And this actually happened on Sunday. I think today is Wednesday, right? So this happened on Sunday, and this thing is actually trending online. And MTN has a company has released a statement about this particular video. So you have the discussion before we talk about MTN's statement, and then we look at what MTN think the problem might be. So guys, what do you think the issue is? Has anybody here experienced an issue of mobile money fraud? How did it happen? Or probably somebody has an experience from somebody, or probably somebody has heard any information. What do you think happens with this type of mobile money issues? Anyone?
I'm sure maybe
Hey,
she visited some websites and I think they got her information and the rest. I don't know if maybe she inputted her phone number and stuff there.
Okay, that actually is a good submission. And yeah, anybody else? Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, the
so I
most
also had
popular
this
one
experience.
around is that mostly some people go to make Momo transactions, right? And they'll be like, oh, you know what? I don't know how to do I don't know how to do the transaction. So can you take my phone? Can you do everything yourself? Which is the Momo vendor, which is not MTN, some random person, random Momo vendor. And these people sometimes memorize this pin codes because they know the pin codes your name. So once you leave, they write it down somewhere. Later on in the future, you don't know, but your Momo pin is actually flying around somewhere with your no idea. So later on, when you've mastered how to do this, you know how to do that, but you've forgotten that in your first time doing this, you allow some Momo vendor to do it for you on their own and also give them your Momo pin, which should be something only you know. So that is something I've experienced that has happened to someone I know with that kind of situation. So I'm thinking the lady's on the video you just watched, she could fall a victim of something like that without her knowing or she has forgotten.
Okay, so we have two hands up. I think the first one was farming. Yes.
All right, so
Please,
this is a
can
little
you?
bit. Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. It's funny. I haven't seen anything like this before, but what comes to mind is SIM cloning. I'm thinking the SIM may have been cloned because if someone could wipe you off without you having any idea until you went into your account to see that the money's gone. First of all, before you even make such transaction, I'm sure you may actually have some kind of notification, or you may actually get some kind of a text to confirm that it's you and you are actually making the transaction. So for this to actually go this clean without her knowing until she had to log in into her account, the only thing that comes to mind might be SIM cloning. Maybe her SIM was cloned. That is what I'm thinking.
Okay. Okay. Gloria, yes.
Okay, Thomas, I have a personal experience. It wasn't with mobile money, but it was with my WhatsApp. So that was about 4 years ago. I'm sorry, just a moment.
Okay. So I think your hand was up a few minutes ago.
Yeah, yeah. Kwame said everything. SIM swapping. So I've experienced some before that. When let's say someone tries to call me, it goes to a different number. Meanwhile, I've not done any call diverting. So when I went to I think it was Airtel office. When I went there and they told me that my number is to like someone else is using my number. I was lucky I did not have mobile money on it. So it could be that like they can sometimes I don't know they do a mistake to give out two SIM with the same number. I don't know how it comes that way with the same number, so the person can access your Momo. And with this video, I watched the next one. So MTN came out and they were like, this money, the money was transferred to a Vodafone number. These things always happens to MTN. I don't know why, but it doesn't mostly happen to Vodafone and Airtel Tigo. I don't know if MTN security is very weak or something. I don't know. Because if Vodafone, if you want to withdraw money, you will have to send the money to the agent. But the MTN, the agent can request. And when you type in your code, that's it. Sometimes I get message that enter your Momo pin. I can
Yeah.
even do some right now. Let's say my bank app, I can request money from you. So when I do it, it will come on your screen. You know, Ghanaians too, most of us don't like reading. They'll just enter their Momo pin and it will be gone. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Gloria, are you back?
Yes, I'm sorry, I had to move away. Okay, so like I said, mine was a personal experience with my WhatsApp. So they called, they told me where they're calling from. That was 4 years ago, and they were credible. Where they mentioned they were calling from was people I work with. I have money with them, and so according to them, they're having issue, and people are sort of hacking into their accounts and taking the funds. So they've generated a code for. I should give them the code so that they can stop my account from my money from going away. I was sleepy. I gave them the code, and then I realized my WhatsApp went dead. It was off for about 3 or 4 hours before I could get it back. So it was just like that. You always have to give a code out to them for them to also use it.
Okay. Okay. So I actually have a similar experience in another
Can I
context.
add one more thing?
Okay, now.
Um, Recently, I was listening to this cybersecurity experts, and it was a seminar, so it was actually educating the public that mobile money in Ghana is not really that safe. So if you're having huge sum amount of money in your mobile money wallet, especially MTN, is not that safe at all. So they were encouraging that you can use your mobile money, but for petty transactions, not for um, saving huge source of money in them, because their system is not actually that strong. Honestly speaking, they are not really that much secure. Like I said, example I gave was this Momo vendors around doing this social engineering and getting information from people. It's always not secure. That 4 digit PIN code is always not secure. So I always advise people that never keep huge sum of money on your mobile wallet. It's like digging the ground and putting your money there. Obviously, you are not going to do that because someone can easily bump into it. It's the same thing with mobile money in Ghana. The systems are really, really poor in terms of security.
Okay. That's good. Thank you, Nanaya. Kek, your hand is up.
Yes. So there was this time, I don't know what they were doing. There was this time they caught some Nigeria guys having a lot of MTN SIM card, over 500. Yeah, over 500 SIM cards, and they were arrested. I did not listen to the end, but I don't know if you have any idea what they are doing with all those SIM cards.
Okay. I actually haven't heard about that one yet. But one thing I can say about MTN is that their web application has flaws, right? One thing about their web application is that their Momo web application, right? Because their Momo web application works with the PIN and an OTP. An OTP is a one-time password that is actually sent to you. And if you want to do transaction, you need that OTP to be able to do that transaction. So let's say if you're logging into the MTN web app, the web application or the mobile application, you need your PIN and your mobile number. That means you are inside that. But then if you actually want to also transact, send money, you need an OTP that will be sent to you, right? So the OTP can be exploited. And if the OTP is exploited, then it means that at that moment, the hackers are trying to take money out of you. Now, personally, my grandmother, one of them called my grandmother and was like, they are calling from MTN, and my grandmother has also been using MTN for a long time. You get it? So it was like, you have been qualified for this particular bonus. MTN is actually celebrating its long customers, right? And you have been one of the long customers that have been using MTN. So you will be receiving a package at any MTN office, but then you must come with a unique code. When you come to the office, tell her this unique code and we'll give you your package, right? Now, the unique code will be sent to your phone. So when you receive it, tell me and let me compare it and see if it's that one. Now, at that moment, yes, you are a grandmother. There is a code coming. You are receiving a package. So there's someone here. At that moment, you are a grandmother. You have received a message telling you about a package. Now, the code that they were telling my grandmother to tell them was an OTP. So they will trigger the OTP, and then my grandmother should tell them that particular OTP with the intention that that OTP is the code that she will give to the MTN main office for the gift. You get the whole idea. So MTN actually released a statement, right? And the statement is MTN has taken note of a social post by a customer alleging that Mobile Money Limited compromised their wallet. Our findings suggest that this was a case of social engineering where a person unknowingly shares sensitive information, one-time passwords, one-time verification links, and PIN with fraudsters. Remember, never share your PIN or OTP with another, not even somebody claiming to be from MTN. So this is MTN's statement from this video, saying that after their checks, they realized that this particular woman had a conversation with somebody 10 minutes ago. And this person actually wanted this woman to sell a kind of, let's say, ad for him. And the ad was like, they are selling units or credit, right? So he or she should click on this link. And by clicking on this link, so that it allows them to be on the system, then they have a conversation and that kind of thing. So MTN thinks from its own investigation that this is a social engineering attack. So what do you guys think about it? Kirk, your hand is up. Yeah.
Okay, so with this one, boss can, I think when I'm done, I think boss can even say something about this. We used to run a bulk SMS service, but we used to run that, and all of a sudden they just changed that if you don't have a static IP, you can't use the SMS. The reason why is because people are using it to scam people. They can write the message, like when they're sending the message, they can write the heading, MTN Ghana. So when they see, let's say, when a customer sees that, they'll be like, oh, this message is coming from MTN. Meanwhile, it is for people who are using those things. And also, yeah, I think they limit us for a lot of things. We're not even able to even sell the bulk SMS anymore. I think boss can even, give us more details about this.
Kwame, if you are here, I think you need to share more light on this particular issue. Yeah.
All right. So what Kek is talking about is we sold bulk SMS to customers, and because the service that we had gave the opportunity for the user who's sending the SMS to put in the sender details on there. So you can actually put a sender name like SMS or MTN or whichever company it is. And then the receiver who receives the SMS sees it as coming from such a person. And that was a little bit troubling because you could receive a text message coming from MTN. Meanwhile, it's not. It is spoofed. And they might be telling you things that you would believe because you think this is coming from MTN. And because this became a repeated offense, I believe the bulk SMS company itself got into trouble for allowing such a thing to happen. So in order for them to secure themselves. They wanted to make sure they weren't using dynamic IP addresses anymore. So you would have to have a static IP address where when such accounts are used in sending any SMS, they can track it to you. And in view of that, we are actually asked to only allow people that could send SMS using our static IP address to do so. Otherwise, if it's dynamic, it will be difficult for them to be able to track because we can't tell which particular IP address it's coming from. And so in order for them to continue with their business, now they were forced to, going forward, have anyone that wants to use their services to have a static IP address in order for them to be able to send the SMS out. So exactly what happened, what Kek was just talking about.
Okay. Okay. So yes, we actually have to know that we can have, let's say, 100% security, but the weakest people will still be us humans. Let me put it that way, because we humans still have a role to play to ensuring that our system is still secure. Now, with this whole situation that MTN is saying can be a social engineering, they believe a social engineering attack. It can be that, yes, the hackers were able to talk to her maybe 2, 3 weeks ago, or maybe even a month ago, or sometimes they'll send you a link and you click on that link probably 2, 3 weeks ago, and they are able to install keyloggers. They're able to install things on your phone. And mind you, most of us share a lot of information on social media. Most of people's mobile number PIN is their date of birth. It's either their date of birth or sometimes their last 4 digits of their numbers. So sometimes these Momo PM fraudsters, they take a wild guess because they research about you. And now the backstory is that this girl actually sells products online. Uh, the backstory is that this girl sells products online. So definitely she is a target because they know that definitely people will be sending her money and her phone number is online on social media. So they can test that number. So they will try as many things to find out information about this girl, what she has been doing, what she has been selling. And sometimes these Momo hackers, they are smart enough to research about you, just like every social engineering attack. They research about the person they are trying to attack. They find out your transaction, they find out what you've been doing, and they try and use that against you. So sometimes somebody can call you and tell you this correct information that will make you believe them. They can tell you your full name, they can tell you your transactions, where you registered your SIM number, and so on and so forth. Now, there's also one thing that I've realized about Ghanaian mobile money transaction is that people sometimes use their Momo pins as their references. I don't know if it's confusing. I don't know. Sometimes people actually forget because immediately you are trying to send somebody money. The next thing that comes before the pin is reference. People highly forget it is reference that is coming. So they input their pin there as reference. And then the next part comes is input your mobile money number. So at that moment, they have sent out their reference with their pin. And these can also be used against you in the future. Yes, Kirk, your hand is up.
Okay, so this is the last one. So a time ago, someone was owing boss, and the person, went to a mobile money vendor to send the money to me. That was over, I think, 7,000 Ghana cedis. So I received the money. After receiving the money, and someone called me that, oh, I have sent you so and so. It was a mistake. Meanwhile, that time, boss haven't told me anything that I'll be receiving any money. So the person said, oh, I've sent this money to you by mistake. Can you please send it back to me? And when I check my the message, everything, I check everything, my wallet, everything is up to date. The money was in my account. I was like, no, I'll hold on. Later on, and boss called me that, oh, have someone sent me so and so? I was like, yes. I said, okay, it's for him. So what this is what they do. The mobile money vendors, when someone, let's say I'm trying to send money to you, Thomas, when I go there to send the money, they will send it all right, and they will use a different phone to call you that, oh, I made a mistake to say, and I've sent this money to you. So when they send it back, and they'll just withdraw the money and turn off that phone. They are very, very clever. So when you are not smart, you send them back the money because it is true. The money is in your account.
And all those are forms of social engineering where they try to manipulate the individual person by sending back them the money. Yeah. Lawyer, your hand is up.
I'm a little confused with what he just said. So people are also saying that there are insiders in the telcos that also give information. But are we trying to say that this could absolve them? That is really it's not the workers there, but it could be these Momo vendors.
Yeah, yes. I believe that definitely. Okay, now I want to answer this.
Yeah, I was about to add something to what she said, and it's actually very true. There have been reports that people, MTN workers themselves, are doing this, are actually frauding people, giving people information out in public, literally selling like data brokers selling those information out. And I think this is something MTN has to, work on internally itself, solve the problem internally before they get out, because it's something which is going on and it's really, really, really bad, whereby workers of MTN within the MTN organization itself are selling this information out. And like boss said, this dual sim something, sometimes they are not literally mistakes, intentionally done something by insiders.
Okay, okay, that also. But one thing I know about MTN system is that they use hash functions in saving their Momo pin. So when we take the pins, like let's say your pin is 1111, they don't actually save the 1111. They hash it and then they add another digit. So they sort it and they hash it, whereby sorting and hashing is they are all different principles in cybersecurity. So that is actually how they save it inside their system. So if you type in your Momo pin, it is hashed and compared to what is already in their system. And if it matches it, it allows the transaction to go through. But one thing about MTN is that I can say is the issue actually comes from using their applications. That's actually one thing that I've realized. With regards to those who don't use the applications, most of them result at, as a result of, let's say, social engineering, where they will convince you, they will try and manipulate you, or sometimes too, they will actually send you the prompts. They will generate the prompt at their end, and then they will trigger it. So if you see it and you don't actually ignore it and you unintentionally type in your PIN, at that moment, it is gone because it is done in such a way that there are some applications out there that have their APIs connected with MTN and these telcos. Because let's say you go in to buy something at a restaurant, you type in your mobile money number, you don't even approve anything. They will do it at their end, and then the amounts will come on your phone, and you have to just type in your PIN and say yes, this is the money that you are paying to the restaurant, because they have the right to approve or to send you a transaction request for you to approve. You get it? So most of the time, that is actually how these people target the the customers. They use these things to send the request. So if they know your PIN, then they send it and then they type it inside for you themselves. So the girl issue can be that also where they had a way around her PIN or her OTP because she was using the app version. And the app version uses the OTP most of the time as compared to the normal PIN for those of us who use it on the network. So this whole MTN issue is something that each and every day people experience these mobile money frauds, and these criminals are also becoming smart. And at the end of the day, humans will tend to click things, we tend to open things, we tend to see messages, and then we click on them. And as soon as you click on the link, you don't know what it takes you. You don't know what is installed on your phone. So one thing that I would recommend is MTN as a transaction business. This is what I do. Every time I have money inside my mobile money, I then transfer it inside savings inside MTN, because with the savings, you have to input a different PIN. You have to choose a different PIN. So your mobile money wallet will be empty, but then the savings inside the mobile money will have your money there. If you want to withdraw, you take it out from the savings into your mobile money number or mobile money account and you withdraw it out of there. Or you want to send money to somebody, you withdraw it from your savings inside the mobile money and then you send it straight away to the person. That's actually what works for me. And that is actually one way to prevent these things. Because I realized that anytime huge amounts of money touches your mobile money, you get a lot of calls from these vendors. And that actually gave out the fact that maybe they are insiders. Because how are these people able to know that I have huge sums of money in my MTN wallet, or somebody just sent me money on my MTN wallet? So let's test this person and see how, quote, gullible this person can be. So we have to protect ourselves and we have to share and educate people around us about this whole issue. And it's out of constant education that would prevent social engineering, because there is no cure for social engineering. It's just constant education and constant awareness that in case these things happen, you have to know how to protect, or you have to know how to react at a time. Sometimes people are aware, but they play with these people. They play with these scammers. They try to play with them to see how it goes. But meanwhile, these people are just looking for small pieces of information. They're just looking for something that you might give them by playing with them. And at the end of the day, your money will be compromised. So we should all be wary of these things and make sure that our mobile money is protected. That actually is all from me. Anybody else with a last submission before we end this particular session? Or any questions so far? All right. Okay. So if there are no questions, then we'll end today's threat intelligence seminar here, and we'll meet tomorrow. Sorry, we'll meet next week, Wednesday, same time. That is 4 p.m. GMT and 12 noon for those of us in the United States. And depending on the time zone, sometimes 12, sometimes 11. But you meet here, the same link that you actually brought you here, the same link will also bring you here next week, Wednesday. And just that you know, as you are talking about cybersecurity, you can register for our cybersecurity class course. It's ongoing, it's out there, and we just started. So what are you waiting for? Please join in and learn more about cybersecurity, because the world needs more cybersecurity professionals. Look at this situation and look at the level of ignorance and people telling us about a whole different issue. I have been studying this case, and sometimes if you hear people's submission, you actually see what is this person talking about. See, there's a lot of misinformation and disinformation out there that we cybersecurity professionals can prevent and also protect these companies from suffering these types of attacks. So you can be a cybersecurity professional too. You just don't need any experience, any knowledge. You can just be a cybersecurity professional. Just come here, send us a message. We'll talk to you about it, and then you can look at how best we can help you become a cybersecurity professional. And that is all. Thank you guys for the wonderful submissions and the contributions. And I believe you've learned a thing or two from here. Thank you guys. See you on next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Thomas. Bye.
Are you ready to become a cybersecurity professional in just 4 months? At Soft Afric, we provide the perfect blend of theory and hands-on experience to prepare you for the job market even before you graduate. Our state-of-the-art virtual labs ensure you gain practical skills. Dedicated virtual machines are assigned to each student, giving you a personalized learning experience. With a 98% success rate, Soft Afric stands out. We don't just stop at training, we help you craft the perfect resume, ace your interviews, and support you even after you land the job. Why you'll love signing up with us. 1. Each learner gets a complimentary 1-year antivirus subscription for their computer. 2. Dedicated virtual machines are assigned to each student. 3. Students can access recorded classes to review each session as needed. 4. Test banks are available to prepare students for the exam. Our lectures are scheduled from Thursday to Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with 2-hour sessions that fit into your schedule. Join the ranks of successful cybersecurity professionals today. Enroll now at Soft Afric by emailing us at elearning@softafrique.net or calling 4089615150. Your future in cybersecurity starts here. Are you ready to become a cybersecurity professional in just 4 months? At Soft Afric, we provide the perfect blend of theory and hands-on experience to prepare you for the job market even before you graduate. Our state-of-the-art virtual labs ensure you gain practical skills. Dedicated virtual machines are assigned to each student, giving you a personalized learning experience. With a 98% success rate, Soft Afric stands out. We don't just stop at training, we help you craft the perfect resume, ace your interviews, and support you even after you land the job. Why you'll love